Hello there, young spellers. Today it's time to learn a new magical spell. This spell will allow you to turn one word into many, many words. This spell is called the prefix-suffix spell and will give you great power in your writing.
Thanks, Professor McGonagall. So guys, here's what you're doing today with your new magical spell that you're learning. These are the words that you're going to be turning into new words. So these are our base words. And this week, all of our base words are long U words. So we can hear that sound, true, tune, use, view. We can hear that U in all those words. These are our base words today. And we are going to magically turn them into new words by adding some prefixes, which sit at the front of words, and some suffixes which sit at the end of words. Now, the way we're going to do this, you are going to have your own sheet here, and you'll notice up the top that it says base word, and you will choose 3 base words. So I've already done that here, and I've taken them from this list. Now, you can choose your own, but just make sure they're long U sounds. So once we're in here, we need to use word sums to magically create our new words. So if I go over here, I can see the prefix un. So when I go to my sheet, I'm going to do a word sum, and that looks like this. It's un plus do equals undo. So it's just like a number sum, but we're doing it with words this time. Let's have a look at another one. Redo. I think I've heard that word before. So re plus do equals redo. Cool. What about a suffix? Well, I know if I put ing on the end of do, I get doing, and that sounds like a pretty good word. So let's test it. Do plus ing equals doing. Cool. Now, those ones are words that I've kind of heard before, but what about a word like doable? Doable. That homework seems very doable. I think that's a word, so let's check. I'm going to come in here. Do plus able equals doable. So there's no red wriggly line underneath this one, so that's telling me that this word is probably correct, but I'm still not quite sure, so I'm going to go over to the dictionary here, the kids dictionary, and I'm going to type in doable to see if it exists. So let's see. Sure does. Cool, I can leave that word in there. What about doer, as in someone who is able to do something? Let's see. So that would be do plus equals doer. That looks a bit weird to me. Let me see. Do I get a red wriggly line? No. So the computer's thinking it's a real word. I'm going to double check over at the dictionary. So doer. Is it a real word? Yep, sure is. Doer. A doer is a noun and it means one that does. Awesome. I can leave that word in. So what I've done here is to make a bunch of new words by having my base word and then adding the prefix or the suffix. Now I just want to show you something really cool in here. So for example, with the word rule, I know that ruling is a word. So if I went rule plus ing, now if I wasn't sure of my spelling rules yet, I might spell ruling like that. And see how it brings up that red wriggly line underneath? Well, that's the computer telling me that something's not quite right with this word. So what you can actually do is right click and the computer will say, did you mean ruling? Well, yeah, I actually did. And can you see what happens there? I have kept the E on when I've put my base word in, but when we add ing to those kinds of words, we have to take the E off. So the computer's kind of reminded me of that special spelling rule. So keep an eye out for those red wriggly lines. Don't worry too much if they're on this side, because your computer's kind of trying to tell you, hey, there shouldn't be a plus sign in the middle of words. But we know what we're doing here, so we can ignore the computer there. But if you get some red wriggly lines on this side, that's the computer trying to tell you there's something wrong. So after you've done your words, you need to come down here and you're writing 3 sentences using words from one of your base word lists above. So I might use the words from this list and I need to write my 3 sentences. So, what about doing? Are you doing your homework right now? That's a question, so I'm going to pop a question mark on the end. What about redo? My story was a bit messy, so I had to redo it. What about the last one? Oh, I accidentally deleted my Google slide, so I had to undo it. Cool. Now I'm a legend here because I have capital letters at the start of my sentences, and I have punctuation at the end. I have a question mark here and full stops at the others. But you know what's going to make me even more of a legend? If I highlight those words that have the base word in them. So I'm going to highlight that and use my highlight pen and highlight it. Here's the other one. Highlight and highlight and highlight and highlight. Cool. So that's what we need to do. We make our magical words up here and we write our 3 sentences down here. And then we're all done and move on to the next thing. Okay, make Professor McGonagall proud. Have fun.